and I hate that I could love you with my left me in this mess I'm falling. Heaven knows, can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. We are back for our Wednesday night matches. Ladies and gentlemen, we got some nice matches coming up for you tonight. We're starting off in the Prospect League, transitioning in our second up to the Titan League, and we'll round the night off down in the Novice League. But right now, in the Prospect League, we've got the 3-6 Hypernova going up against the 1-8 Rooks. Your boy Psycho Nautic in the booth, ready to bring some of the sweet action straight to you. And I am joined in the booth by arguably the spiciest meatball in Nemesis. Seabiscuit, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing great, brother, man. Just loving this energy you bring pregame, ready to go, ready to watch some hype Prospect League gameplay, which is much improved this season, in my opinion.
Yes, I feel like it's kind of improved in all the leagues, even like down in Novice where I'm at. Like the competition is way better than me now. Whereas like I felt like I was okay, and now I'm just not at all.
I think
But
might be a product of the provisional league. It makes everyone feel a little different because those lower prospect novice players have kind of moved out, and we clamped all the skill together. Not to take anything away from the provisional league goats.
True. I mean, they have been doing what they do down there in the provisional league, and I'm sure quite a few of those players are going to be moving up to the Novice League after this season is over. However, right now we've got Hypernova versus Rooks. Hopefully, I think Rooks are looking for a replacement player as we speak. Hopefully, they'll be able to find one. If you're in the crowd and you're a prospect free agent, go hit up. I pinged in the Discord, so follow that ping to being able to play on stream, like here in a couple minutes. But Hypernova's 3-6 Rooks, not looking good. Seabiscuit 1-8. They've had a really, really rough start to the season, and we are right around our middle way through the season. They're going to have to look to turn things around now, or they're going to face possibly, not being able to make playoffs.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure that comes to being in that position. As someone who's currently sitting at 2-7, I can reconcile with their pain here on that. It's a stressful position, but it does, if you really are competitive, it can lead to a lot of motivation to really show out. What a better time than on stream playing against not a great team either themselves record-wise, Hypernova. Maybe get the wheels churning going into this 2-week break we have coming up, and really build that momentum in the 2 weeks off. Have some confidence, want to play the game, stuff like that. Come back super strong, win the rest of the season. This game could be huge for that type of momentum for both of these teams, really.
Yeah, that would be ideal. And, like you mentioned, I'm also sitting on a team that's not doing super great at the moment record-wise, but, we're looking to turn things around. It is a tough position to be in. These Rooks in particular, I'm just going to go over the rosters real quick as we've got a little bit of time to kill. Rooks have got Dreams, Chillin', Dubu, Dubudayan. I'm sorry if I messed that up. And then they rounded up with Kenny Montoast. So honestly, I know Chillin, and Chillin has a lot of pop off potential. Whenever he's playing good, he's playing really good. But I don't know any of the rest of these guys, Seabiscuit. I'm not sure if you know them or what, but it seems like if this is the the roster that they've been running, they just haven't quite got the chemistry to click yet.
Yeah, admittedly, I don't know a ton, but from experience, the more difficult the name to read either means one of two things. Either they are the best player on the team or the worst. There's no in between. This Dubu. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time with this. W Dahum, maybe. I don't know.
W.
I'm calling him. I'm calling him Dub from now on because the first two letters are Dub.
Hey,
Dub here. You know, he's either going to be the best or worst player. I think that's where he falls in because difficult names they always lead to that. Like Psychonautics, obviously, like a difficult name, best player on his team, hands down.
yeah. Yikes. Hey, I appreciate much love, but I am, in fact, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm carried by my teammates. They be putting up them numbers. I'm like you, Seabiscuit. I just chill in the back. I just
Hey.
let the ball come to me and play a good defensive game.
Hey, defense wins championships, and just don't look at either of our records right now.
Yeah, neither. We're gonna move on from that. We're gonna move on, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hypernova team, where we've got B-Tree, Pringo, and the lowest MMR on the roster's Ultimus role. I believe he is playing the substitute role, but somebody that they just picked up, a 1500 who's new to the league, Carnage, on Hypernova, and I don't know if I can't remember Seabiscuit if they got him before or after last Monday, and I'm pretty sure Hypernova. Let's see here. Let's look at this reporting and where Hypernova was last Monday. I should have done this before, but we got a little bit of time to kill. Hypernova 3-0'd the Wyverns on Monday. 3-0'd your team. Not your team, but your team. And so I'm feeling like they got Carnage, so they might be looking pretty hot right now, Seabiscuit.
Actually got to do a little replay review with the Wyverns on that game on Wednesday, and I'm not gonna say who, but someone on my team, because I won't expose them, felt like someone on Hypernova was a little better in prospects, so he really wanted me to pay attention to that person. I'm going to admit the person I was complaining was just complaining. They weren't like that good that I thought they were like breaking any rules. I won't go any deeper in that. But I do remember watching B-Tree, who was not the person in question, absolutely dumpster the Wyverns. Like a one-man wrecking crew and just kind of put it down. Like they weren't able to do anything about him. Man was showing off some pretty solid mechanics for a bottom, air quotes around that, bottom league team. So if there was someone on that team, I personally got the experience of watching it on a replay. B-Tree could be the guy to watch out for today. If he's playing. I don't know who's playing. I haven't looked at the lobby. Bad caster.
But hey, that's okay. You're actually a great caster. Don't let anybody tell you that, Seabiscuit. That's crazy. But we have, I believe, all the players in the lobby. It's looking like Chillin said their third just got on. And so there was somebody in the Discord. I've just got to give a real quick shout out because this guy said, if you're watching, thanks the Hoosier. He said he tried to come in clutch. He tried to say, hey, he was going to play. Their third got on. But shout out to that guy in the Discord for being available. But we are here, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, Hypernova versus Rooks. Rooks almost having to take the forfeit loss, but they come in clutch. And now we have this best of 5 in the Prospect League. Let's see which one of these teams is able to pop off. Chillin going to miss his touch in the mid. Dreams hitting it back. Carnage is there for it. Carnage not able to beat out Dreams. Dreams sending it across, trying to follow, but Pringo going to take possession in the midfield and Chillin to send that one away from his backboard. Carnage putting one lofty off the backboard, going for the double, can't get it. B-Tree to try and clean up, but Dreams is going to send it away. It looks like a bit of a miscommunication in the midfield from the Rooks there, but they're going to be able to regain. And we've got, oh my goodness, sorry, faking. Up to chilling in the midfield, and that's going to work for him. Rooks going up by 1 in the first minute.
Yeah, and sorry, faking. Don't know who you are. You're not on the list. We'll figure that out later as we get information. But just a nice little pinch middle that gets it past the last defender and chilling. If he missed that, I would be flaming him in the hub for at least a month.
Yeah, that's true, especially after missing that, whiffing that ball in the midfield. He didn't even have anybody contesting it. But hey, you know, sometimes stream nerves gets the best of people. Maybe that's what was going on. He's definitely shook that off, bagged the first goal in the series. Pringo with the shot on. Carnage trying to clean it up. Dreams staying strong on the goal line for the Rooks, taking home that save. The ball gets bounced up, chilling, trying to send it towards the mid. Carnage is playing defense. Pringo with the touch, a double commit, and a team bump coming out from Hypernova almost lands them with a goal, another goal for the Rooks. However, they were able to keep that together now with 2 minutes gone here, Biscuit. It's seeming like the Rooks, not only do they have the lead, but they're commanding most of the offensive pressure during this game.
And honestly, it's kind of on this Hypernova squad. They're just sitting back in net, kind of letting this Rooks team take pot shots out of them. Lucky for them so far, the Rooks have been putting a lot of these high off the backboard when I think they should have scored at least 3 or 4. And I was going to say earlier, I actually thought Hypernova was doing a really good job of taking advantage of the Rooks backboard, but ever since pretty much the first minute, that hasn't really been happening, and they've just been trapped on their own half, as I think they're about to give up another goal, I think. Yeah. There's foot in there for a minute.
That is a rough situation. Sorry, faking with trying to get the pancake on the backboard, but Chillin was there looking for the pass. Doesn't get the pass, but gets a pass of his own out to the mid where Dreams RL was there for the 3-man pass. Gets the 2-point lead as we enter the second half of game number 1. Sorry, faking trying to get it through the defense, but the defense of Hypernova to stay strong. And Dreams sends it back down. Carnage with the catch in the backfield, but can't get it through the midfield. Beatree sending it all the way down, looking for the double, but Dreams is there. Dreams picking up his savior medal in game number 1. Chillin with the touch. Sorry, faking, bouncing it up. Chillin is on the wall for it, and he does get the 50 through Carnage. Beatree with the touch off the backboard. Less than 2 minutes now on the clock, and Rooks still up by 2 here, Biscuit. What do you think that Hypernova needs to do in order to just even get out of their half?
I think they need to look for a little more midfield passing. The backboard has been well defended now, pretty much this whole second part of this game, as they completely missed a backboard touch. And I'm told to shut up, and that's how you score, I guess, Psycho.
That is definitely how you score. Beatree putting a high ball, Chillin misreading it and leaving the net wide open. Carnage is going to hit those all day, it seems, as he rocks those Grand Champion wheels. I wouldn't expect someone to with some Grand Champ wheels to miss an easy shot like that. And with a minute 15, I'm sorry, do what?
You want me to show you how? Because I can do it.
Oh. Fair enough. Prove me wrong real quick, Biscuit. As the time ticks down, the final 60 seconds here, and Hypernova's still in the game, still possibly can make something happen. This Carnage is going to clear his teammate and the ball. And Dreams gets a touch, but it's not what he's looking for. Not able to keep possession of it. Beatree taking his time in the midfield. Gets it past Chillin. Dreams pops it up. Gets it over Carnage off the backboard. Sorry, faking was there, but he got his shot interfered by Beatree. Pringo trying to go for the low fake on Chillin, but Chillin does get that and sends it away. Dreams, almost with the carry. Carnage with the stop. Chillin taking the shot, but it's going to go wide. 15 seconds left here, and the Rooks just need to kill the clock and keep Hypernova from putting it in the back of their net. A final maybe attack here. Chillin gonna send it away. As the final seconds tick down, it looks like Rooks are going to be able to hold down game number 1 win. There you have it. They're going to move forward with the first win of the series.
They move forward with the win. It was a little interesting there down the end. I'm not going to lie. I thought there was enough pressure. Maybe Hypernova squeaks one in there, but Rooks holding strong, finishing game 1, getting that win, and they get game 1 on the way. Game 1 on stream, sometimes a little stressful. Teams maybe haven't settled quite in yet. So I think this game 2 will be a real tell to see if Rooks are really bout it, or if it was just kind of a falsified and Hypernova figures it out and tries to use the midfield to their advantage with how much space is in that midfield.
Yeah, I know that's been a thing for me and my team so far this season. It's like we come out, guns blazing, and we take game 1, and then we just really can't get any traction after game 1. So we'll have to see here if Chillin and the Rooks are able to keep their momentum going, or is Hypernova going to turn things around here in game number 2, possibly tie up the series. And this is a best of 5, so the first team to 3 wins takes home the W. And this is the final game for these teams before we go into the holiday break for Christmas and New Year's. So this is kind of a big game for these guys. That they're going to be going either out on no momentum or going out on some, at least some momentum. And I think Seabiscuit, we're on. Oh my goodness! Faking is going to fake out Hypernova and send a long ball down.
Yeah, just a massive overcommit here by this Hypernova roster, really giving an open net to Faking. I mean, I can hear Bagels churning in his grave. Don't hit the ball off the side wall. He was churning in his grave right there, because that's what happens. Your team overcommits just a little bit, and boom, long clear straight into your net. You're down 1-0, down a game. That's just a stressful position to be in. You want to get that first goal to really break free of the chains you might have put yourself in. That was a deep statement.
That was a deep statement. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit sad. I didn't know Bagels died.
He did now after that sidewall hit.
Quit hitting the sidewall, people. Jace.
Yeah, he was like, well, this life ain't worth living. These prospects aren't listening to heed my words.
True. And with a little over 60 seconds gone so far from this game, Rook's still holding the lead, looking to further their lead in the series. Beatree with the bop, but Dreams getting back in time. Carnage is there in the corner, sending it out to the mid. Nobody from Hypernova there to take the pass. And Dreams looking to follow, trying to get the read on Beatree, but Beatree gets it away from him. And Carnage popping it up in the midfield, chilling. Is just going to bang it all the way across the field. As Beatree is doing some interference, gets a demo on Dreams. The ball gets sent all the way back, but sorry, Faking a 50 with Carnage in the mid, chilling with the shot. Beatree up for it to make the stop. And Dreams popping it out to the mid. Carnage is there. And we are nearing the end of the first half of game number 2 here, Biscuit. And we're seeing, I wouldn't say an exact repeat of game number 1, because the Rooks have not been able to get nearly as many shots on net in this game as they did in game number 1. So maybe Hypernova is at least doing something, the changes that they're making is at least doing something.
I think so, but at the same time, I think this has been a battle of the midfields. Just everyone's kind of booping the ball back and forth, bopping it, for the term you use, which I really enjoyed. It made me think of like bop it, twist it, all that. Start dancing. But just not a lot of pressure really for the Hypernova team. They're just kind of living in their half, watching Rooks constantly go for these air dribbles and ceiling shots, which I don't know. As a defensive player, I'd be insulted. I'd feel like I would want to attack you and stop giving you space, because, like, hey, you think you can look cool on me while I'm on stream? Embarrass me in front of my mother?
Oh,
my mother?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, I'm pushing you. You ain't touching this ball no more. You getting ego challenged left and right until it works.
True. Especially once one's mother has been brought into the situation. That's just not cool.
Yeah, not even my father can freestyle on my mother.
Exactly. And that's words to live by, ladies and gentlemen. straight out of the mouth of the Biscuit himself. But we now have 1 minute and 25 seconds left. Dreams with the ceiling shot's going to go wide, though. Hypernova still down by 1. They're going to need to pull out the stops to bring this back. This is going to be a very dangerous thing for them to go down 2-0 in front of this Rooks roster, who have just been absolutely popping off tonight. Sorry, Fakin trying to get the pinch into the net. It's not going to go. Pringo leaving it for Carnage. He's going to clear it to the side, chilling, just waiting on the wall for it. Down to Dreams, but they can't get any offense going. A good 50 in the defense from Carnage. Pringo trying to get it through. As it hits back to Carnage. Dreams not able to get the read on it. And B-Tree sending it forward. Pringo looking in the 50. Looking to 50 in the mid. But the ball is floating back towards the Hypernova corner. 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Hypernova has to do something, and they have to do it fast. They have officially run out of time to make moves here. And Pringo is taking his time that he doesn't have. He does get a hop over Dreams, which was pretty intuitive of him, but it does not result in any offensive pressure here in the final 10 seconds. They need as much pressure as they can get. Carnage looking to do it, and he does! The Rooks, the defense just buckles at the most crucial moment, Seabiscuit.
Dreams, who is showing off some pretty good mechanical consistency, just not able to make that backboard read. And Carnage clutching up 3 seconds on the clock, giving Rooks a chance to at least go to overtime. I mean, Hypernovas, my bad.
At the very least, and hey, that's better than nothing. And overtime is more than they got in game number 1, just a straight loss. So at least they are still in contention for this win. They're still looking to keep some life in this series, because going 2-0 against this Rooks roster might just have been a death knell for them. Rooks pulling out the stops. They know that this is a do or die game for them. This is really going to set the tone for the second half of the season for them. And you want to start off on the best foot, especially when you have a 1-8 roster to work with. I'm not sure if they can. I don't think that they're eliminated from playoff contention, but I think it would be really, really hard for them. But they could still very well, if they turn things around, Seabiscuit, find themselves in a cushy play-in spot.
A lot of teams make it play-ins, playoffs now. It's not too difficult to make the play-ins yet. It's going to sound very toxic, and I'll probably be on one of these teams if the rate we're going. But it takes a special kind of bad not to make play-ins, at least. And Dreams making up for his missed backboard read here, by the way, and winning it in overtime for his team. You got to right your wrongs in life, kids. Don't forget that.
True, and getting one in every category, like you said. Dreams was he was sort of popping off. He was not doing anything crazy, but he was definitely the MVP. He earned it out of that match, doing the most for the Rooks right there, and going up 2-0 in the series. Rooks looking to take the sweep over Hypernova. That's a tough position to be in, Seabiscuit, especially coming off of sweeping the Wyverns. The last thing you want to do is get swept.
Like we said in the pre-game talk, both of these teams really could use this win going into this break. Both teams could use it. Rooks obviously more than Hypernova, but we're not worrying about who needs it more here. We're just being honest. They both need it. Both of them kind of fighting for that play-in/playoff spot coming out of the break, hopefully. And right now, that's a lot of pressure to be put on this Hypernova team. I think for me, I want to see some more out of B-Tree. I just watched this guy on replays absolutely demolish my team. And so far, he's kind of been a non-factor. I get it; it's prospect and consistencies happen. But if Hypernova's gonna have a chance, he's gotta figure it out, and he's gotta figure it out quick.
Yeah, I agree with that. It seems like Carnage is really the only one on the Hypernova that's making any statements here tonight, and I gotta wonder what's going on with Pringo and B-Tree. I wasn't aware that B-Tree just slaughtered the Wyverns, or at least was a big part of the slaughter. But to hear that and then see his performance here tonight, makes me wonder, if he's going maybe through some stream nerves or if he's just having a bad night. It happens to the best of us. But it's quite unfortunate. Chillin' coming out the gate, popping off. And I mentioned it before, when this dude is hitting it, he hits it hard.
A little bit of a pop off and a little bit of just a quick go off the kickoff, a great position off of the kickoff, and it was just a one-touch air dribble, but that touch was right in a spot where no one on the Hypernova defense just quite able to reach it. And now, if you're Hypernova, you're a little stressed out now. You're like, oh no, we're already down 1, and we're down 2-0 in the series. They got to figure it out soon.
Yeah, as it's stressed out as you should be. This is not the position you want to be in if you are on the Hypernova roster, or really on any roster. This is just not a good position to be in. You're already down in the mud 30 seconds into the game, and you have to fight an uphill battle. That's just unnecessary and unwanted stress. We'll see here if Hypernova is able to do it. Carnage with a good save, staying back. Beatree going to get a defensive demo there. Dreams looking for the double touch, but it gets blocked. Sorry, faking. Can't get it through. Pringo with a huge save on the goal line. And Dreams sends that one on. Carnage is there to make the save. And the Rooks just taking any shot on net they can at this point. They know that they can keep the offensive pressure alive. And eventually, Hypernova is going to let one of these balls through. And once they get that 2-point lead, they can pretty much just take their sweet time doing whatever they want to do. They'll fully control the pace of this game, as they have pretty much the entirety of this series, Biscuit.
This has been a very suffocating minute and a half here right now by the Rooks. They scored that first goal, and they have not looked to rotate out at all. But I will say, if Hypernova can find its way out of here before they get scored on, find a goal with it, they better take Carnage out to dinner, because he saved 2 or 3 very impressive shots, pretty low boost there in that minute and a half. And I'm honestly impressed by that play by him just alone. He really kept his team alive there to not give up a goal.
Yeah, that was impressive. And Carnage has been making plays pretty much all night, but unfortunately it takes more than one player in a 3v3 match to make this work. Carnage can't do it by himself. He needs the help of his teammates. And as you pointed out earlier, Beatree really needs to step up. Beatree has been a guy that has been making plays and stuff like that, but he's just been really quiet tonight. Hopefully, he'll be able to make something happen in the final half, or in the second half of game number 3. He's going to have to, if he wants to stay alive. This is the do or die minute for Hypernova. They either win, force the game 4, or they lose and go home with a series loss tonight. Either way, they're still going to be ahead of Rooks as far as standings go, but hey, this is the first step on the Rooks' path to recovery, and I'm sure it is exactly what you want, Seabiscuit. It's the best way to get that thing going.
No, this is like an ideal situation to be in, Rooks. You're not the team that's maybe expected to win this series. You come out, you go up 2-0, and you've been holding close game leads. It's not been as, I think he's got, oh, I thought he had a double. I got excited. I'm sorry. But you're keeping the lead, and it may be only one goal, but it's been a very dominant 1-goal lead. It hasn't felt like there's been too much worry in the world of the Rooks right now. They've just been kind of freely playing offense like it's a free play warm-up. Yeah,
they have not really allowed Hypernova much space. They're not letting them get clears on the ball. They're challenging them in the midfield, and they're now putting the ball into the back of the net. Sorry, faking. Getting a great pass from Dreams there.
Yeah, I'm about to say, Dreams, my boy, what a touch-out pass. I mean, hats off to Hypernova for all the defense they've played for the last 4 minutes to keep it this close, but how do you read a pass like that? Like, honestly, that just blew my mind a little bit. I don't even know if he meant to do it. He could have done it by accident. He could never do it again in his life, but he did it once, and that's all that matters.
That is all that matters, and it was on stream, so it matters even more. But I love passes like that, those little pinches, especially coming out of the corner. They're really hard for the defense to read. And if you've got a second man who's there, his aggressive Dreams, not able to get another one. It's going to bounce off of the crossbar. But Dreams was looking to get, really his first goal. I thought he had already got a goal, but he's the only goalless one on the Rooks here in game number 3. Sorry Faking is going to get the 50. B-Tree trying to send it away. Chillin was ready for it. Up to Dreams. Dreams looking to get his goal. No, Carnage going to deny him in the final 30 seconds here. Hypernova just doing everything in their power just to keep the ball out of their net. They are not able to get this ball cleared. Rooks are just being monsters in the midfield, absolutely suffocating any attempt that they have. Dreams! God! Goodness, my boy coming in hot. He said I might get the last goal, but it's gonna be hot.
Oh my God, Psycho! I don't think you understand. That is one of the harder reads to make in this game. And Dreams coming out here, he's been carrying the team without scoring. He said, "You know what? We're gonna finish this sweep off with some fireworks, baby." Oh my God, what a shot!
What a shot indeed. Hopefully somebody clipped that. Hopefully somebody is going to put that into the Nemesis clip so we can get that all up in the, in contention for the best clip of the or the best shot. I don't even know all the awards, man, but I'm flabbergasted right now. Great shot, great performance from the Rooks. Hats off to them. They get the sweep over Hypernova. Whew! That was some good gameplay from them.
Yeah, Psycho, my jaw doesn't drop very often watching people play Rocket League. Not to toot my horn, but playing in a 1600 life, you don't see too many things very often that's like, dang, I couldn't do that cast in a lower league. You give me 50 tries of that shot, I maybe score it once. That was amazing. I really I don't have a hat near me, but I would put it on and take it off for that man right now.
Yeah, I mean, that was an absolute banger of a shot and a heck of a way to end the, to just polish off the sweep. I mean, they were already up 2-0, but hey, it was the cherry on top. It was the, rubbing salt in the wound. And it is what it is. Congratulations to Rooks on making that comeback there and upsetting Hypernova. That was some good stuff, and that wraps up our first match of the night. Seabiscuit, appreciate you being here with me, and I'm so glad we got to cast that match. That was, even though it was a blowout, but it was fun watching the Rooks just do their thing.
Sweating. I'm actually physically sweating from that shot. That shot turned something on in my soul, and I think I'm gonna go spend the next hour in free play before my match to try to be as good as a prospect. And I never thought that statement would come out of my mouth.
I feel the exact same way, but I'm not punching down. I'm punching up.
Punching up. We're reaching for the skies. I'm reaching for the center of the earth. Whatever,
Exactly. And before we go, a quick shout out to Malo, who gave out 10 community subs. Hey, that's awesome. Appreciate all the support, Big Dog Malo. Everybody give a shout out to him in the chat. Big supporter, does a lot of work here in the Nemesis Gaming League, team lead for web and dev, I believe. That's all. I'm a boomer, so I don't understand that stuff. But Malo, you the man, big W's. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short little break here. And whenever we come back from break, let me pull this up because I can't remember. I got a terrible memory. But whenever we come back, we're going to be going into, why are you not working for me, Discord? Okay. There we go. We're going to be going to the Titan League. Of course, how could I forget? We've got the Godfathers going up against Phoenix. It's going to be a great matchup, everybody. We've got some big dogs that are going to be going against each other. The Phoenix is 8-1 right now, almost undefeated, and Godfathers are 7-2. And I think they're on a 6 or 7 game win streak, something crazy like that. Because I believe they lost their first 2 matches, so it might be a 7 game win streak. But this is going to be the game to watch tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Godfathers versus Phoenix. You don't want to miss that. We will be right back.
You got me burning up. You got me burning